Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel English for Professionals by Sunit Tushar. Today I am going to tell you what's the difference between private and personal. Okay, it seems very simple, private and personal. My private matter or my personal matter, right? But you will understand there are so many things to consider when you use the private and personal. So I'll start with one sentence. I keep my personal life private. So don't think you know me. You only know what I allow you to author unknown. Okay. So with this one, we'll come to today's lesson. So here both are used. Personal life, private. Personal life, private. So what does that mean? Of course, the problem is in some languages. Okay. Personal and private both have the same meaning. So in some languages, you don't have two words for personal and private. So it is very important to understand the difference between these two. So we'll just go through what is this private. So the basic meaning is it is not open to the public. Mr. Smith is at his private chamber. So that means maybe he's in a room that is dedicated for him. Okay, maybe he is there at his residence and in his private room. That means private room is a room dedicated for him. So this property is privately owned. That means it's privately owned. You cannot, the public cannot do anything about it. Okay, it's owned privately. And then usually we say a business venture owned by certain individuals. The merchant bank is a private bank. So there can be public banks as well. Public banks means usually owned by the government. Okay. And this is a private bank or a private company or something like that. So that is owned privately. Okay. So it is owned by certain individuals. Then there's another meaning, secretive or reserved. So John was hit in his private parts. Not a very nice experience for John. Okay, so some private parts. Then the mortgage was a private affair of the couple. Okay, the mortgage was a private affair of the couple. So that couple thought, okay, we'll have a mortgage, and that is not a public business, right? The general public has nothing to do with their decision to have a mortgage. So that's private. So here the meaning is it's kind of reserved for the couple. Okay. And then a private school is a fee paying institution. Raja is studying in a private school. So that means usually the public schools in many of the countries, at least for the primary sections, you don't want to pay. Okay, but there are some private schools you have to pay from the beginning. So when it comes to private school, so that means it's a fee paying institution. So let's go to personal. So the personal means it is something related to an individual. This is a personal problem. Okay, so that means that problem is only for her. So it is her problem. It is a personal problem. Okay, so nothing to do with others. I want to apply for a personal loan. So that means that loan I take for me. Okay, so there can be any other loans. Okay, so say jointly you can take a loan, or you can put a mortgage or whatever. So, but this is because the bank only considers about yourself. So that is why it's called a personal loan. I want to apply for a personal loan. Then something done in person. I do not personally agree to the suggestion. Okay. So you can say I do not agree to this suggestion. But when you say I do not personally agree to this suggestion, you mean I don't know about other people. Maybe they agree, maybe they do not agree. I don't know. But I personally do not agree. As a person, I don't agree. That's the meaning. Okay, so when you are going to do it something in person, you call it personally. So you can say here I do not personally agree to this suggestion. I personally did this homework. Okay, so that means you did it, not any other. Then something related to an individual's actions. His personal motives as is regard are dubious. His personal motives. Okay, so that is something related to an individual's actions. His personal motives. Okay, so you can say his motives as is regard are dubious. That's also okay, but when it comes his personal, so that means it is related to him, not to any other. Okay, so in newspapers, personal is an attempt to meet other individuals with the similar interest. Now, have you seen that in personal, under the personal columns, they say, so I want to meet, say, I want to have a friend, or I am going to have, I am a cat lover, right? So so let us have a club like that. Okay, so this person, okay, and then we'll see what is the difference between personal and private. That is the most important thing of this presentation. Okay, so I'm going to start with a very clear difference here. In the right hand side of the presentation, here is personal banking, here is private banking. What is the difference? So a bank says we are offering you personal banking. What does that mean? So that means you can go and open an account in your name. Okay, and they will give you a personal loan. They will give you a personal credit card, and they say we are offering private banking. What does that mean? Okay, private banking means the bank is coming to your doorstep. Okay, you don't want to go. Okay, so that is the difference. Personal banking means you can open an account, you can have a checkbook, you can have a credit card, and you can do whatever with the bank. That's personal banking. Private banking means bank is coming to your doorstep. A bank officer will come, they will do so just things for some very wealthy people, they don't have time to go to the bank, so the bank is coming to their doorstep. So that is private banking. Now can you see the difference? Personal and private. Okay, we'll go to some more examples. I personally wish that everything will be okay. I privately wish that everything will be okay. So what's the difference? When you say I personally wish that everything will be okay, the meaning is I don't know about other people. Okay, I personally, I as a person wish that everything will be okay. That's the meaning. When I say I privately wish that everything will be okay, means I am afraid to say that in public. Okay, when I say I privately wish that everything will be okay, the meaning is I am afraid to say that in public. Understand? When I say I personally wish, it doesn't mean that you are afraid to say that in public. But thing is, you personally wish. That means you as a person wish. When you say I privately wish, you are afraid to say that in public. So that's the difference. I was able to secure a personal loan from the bank. I was able to get a private loan from my wife. What's the difference? So when it comes to personal loan, a loan uh, adjusted for personal requirements. Okay, when you are getting a personal loan means a loan adjusted for personal requirements, maybe to buy a house, to buy a car, or to go for your higher education. That's a personal loan. You cannot get a personal loan from your wife, and neither you can get a private loan from the bank unless the bank manager is your uncle or something. Okay, so you are going to get a private loan from your wife, so that means that is some private affair between you two. Okay, it has nothing to do with the public. Okay, or at least with your neighbor or with your children. That's a private affair with you and your wife. You got your salary, you gave her. Now you go and ask, okay, could you please give me some money? Could you please give me a loan? Okay, so that is the private. But a personal is a different thing. That is kind of a loan adjusted for some personal needs of an individual. Please understand that it is a personal thing. Please understand that it is a private thing. So what's the difference? Okay, when you say it's a personal thing, so that is something related to me. So I say, please understand that it is a personal thing. So maybe uh, I like, say, I like eating beef. Okay, I like eating beef. So that's a personal thing. So don't worry. If you don't eat beef, you go and get lost. Okay, that's one thing. And again, I say, please understand that it is a private thing. Huh? So somebody came and asked me, did you have a fight with your wife? Then I would say, please understand that it's a private thing. I don't say, please understand that it is a personal thing. That's not wrong, but private is better. Okay. So when you say regarding the eating beef, please understand that it's a private thing. You can say, but the better way is saying, please understand that it is a personal thing. Because when it comes private here, in such instances, there is some secrecy. Okay. So what you can say in public related to yourself can be personal things, and what you don't want to say in public related to yourself can be private things. Simple as that. Then next example, his personal involvement paved the way for our success. His personal involvement paved the way for our success. Then the next one, his private involvement paved the way for our success. What's the difference? So here when it comes to personal involvement, it means, so he as a person has involved there. His private involvement, so it can be like now when it comes to his private involvement, maybe he didn't do that in public. Okay, so he secretly helped us. That's one thing, one meaning. Okay, or this can be like so he was the man. Otherwise, we could not take that help from any other person. So that there comes his private involvement. Okay. Then I want some personal space in this office. I want some private space in this office. What's the difference? I want some personal space in this office means I cannot work together in a hall with all of you. Okay. So I want some like say a small box or something. So that can be visible to others. It doesn't matter. Okay, I want some personal space, but as a person, I want to have a small space for me, dedicated for me. Then when I say I want some private space in this office, that means that should be exclusively for me. When it comes to personal space, it need not to be exclusively for me. But when it comes to private space, it should be exclusively for me. Then we do not allow personal agendas in this meeting. We do not allow personal agendas in this meeting. We do not allow private agendas in this meeting. Okay, so what's the difference? When it comes to allow personal agendas, so so there is one member, he is trying to convince others, he's trying to convince others that his idea is better. So it can be a personal agenda. Okay, but he is thinking about the club, but his agenda is personal, so he thinks this is the best thing. So let's do that. That's a personal agenda. When it comes to private agenda, means that is nothing. He is in the club, but that's nothing about club. He is it secretly he is having something that is beneficial to him. That's a private agenda. Okay. So we will see some examples. These are from the available newspaper articles. NHS delays non-urgent surgery and joins forces with private hospitals. So private hospitals means here fee paying hospitals. Clinton assists FBI inquiry into use of private email server. So it's her private email. Then quality state schools can phase out private rivals. So what are these rivals? When it comes to state schools, The rivals are the private schools. Okay. Then personal hygiene. Can you say private hygiene? Usually you don't say because that is something related to the person. You can't say private hygiene means that is something like a secret thing. So hygiene need not to be secret thing because you can't keep it secret. Okay, if your hygiene is bad, you will stink. So the others will feel that. So it is a personal hygiene, not private hygiene. Okay. Then promoting personal development. Can you say private development? You can say. What is the meaning? Promoting personal development and promoting private development. Private development means you do it privately, maybe in secrecy. So that is different from personal development. That is the personal development means you develop as a person. Then personal liberty. Okay, that is the liberty that you are having as a person. What about private liberty? So we can say we want personal liberty in this country. And what about private liberty in this country? Usually any country has private liberty because nobody knows what you are doing in private. Unless there is some such a good surveillance system that everything is monitored, any country is having private liberty. So it doesn't have any meaning. Okay. Then thank you for watching. Please subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos like this. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.